Hi guys, just making a little video here. I put up a video just before this about Chris Must List about how he's financing all this stuff, and there's been lots of questions asked. But since then, Chris has put up one video, and he did one live streaming thing where he did explain, really what he did in the past, and that he's not really making a lot of money on the YouTube thing. Well, I mean, I guess he sells merchandise too. He sells hats and stuff. So, I mean, apparently before in his life he's done a lot of stuff, and he said he was always like a mover and a shaker, and a person that did a lot of things in his time, and you can see by his by the way he is. He's a real bulldog. He's a real go getter, and so we can't you know can't really discriminate against somebody that's doing all this. He's doing it to make the world a better place, but he's also got in trouble in Trinidad. I mean, when you go against the norm of the system and they don't like what you're doing, they often hit you with something, and they hit him with sedition, which is like going against, trying to bring down the country or something. And I had episodes in the past, like 25 years ago. I was charged with a something that was a crime, and it is no longer even in the criminal code. It was something from the times of kings and queens. But anyway, I went through that thing. I put some links down in the bottom if you're questioning a little bit more on it. I don't really want to get into it. I don't want to bring that up again, really, because it's been, I dealt with it. I've got rid of, when it happened to me, you get hurt, but you hurt the rest of your family too. Your family hurts. So I uh, I don't want to do that again. And if I said anything about the what I went through, it could bring up old bones. I mean, I don't need to be uh, brought back into the courts over the thing. It was like 25 years ago, back in 2000, 2001, where it happened. And anyway, there's information a little bit underneath there. I advise Chris to check into it. I mean, he's been talking openly about what's happening in the courts and stuff, and he even said it. He even said it. I don't know if I'm supposed to be talking about this or not, but he did say it in a video. I downloaded it, and I'm sure other people have downloaded it too. you know. So anyway, Chris, if you're listening to this, I would like to just I always advise caution. You know, uh, I was a real go-getter too. I had real estate rentals and I had businesses, and I mean, I used to go down south in the winter time to Florida. Sit on a beach or in a park down there, and I did these kinds of things. After this whole thing happened, I decided I don't want anything to do with with what's going on in this world really anymore. So I got, or we did, sold the real estate, the rentals. I just basically found an old house out in the country that you see me sitting in, that homemade garage I built, and out of pallets and stuff. I just didn't want anything to do with it. I shut the business down. I says I don't want no more to do with business. I got rid of my licenses for like body man and stuff like that. I didn't even renew it. I says, you know what? I'm just gonna live in the country. I'm gonna help people just the best I can. I'm gonna do my own stuff, and not be in business anymore. I don't charge for anything I do. And people come to me and want things done. I said, no, I don't do them. I just do things for people I know that are, that I can do things for, that I mean, they're not in very good shape or something. I'll do a little bit of repair. I'll help them with repairs. I don't even say I do repairs anymore. I'll say I'll give you a hand. If I give you a hand fixing your car, you fixed it. I just gave it hand, you know? And I get them to check it, whether they know about anything what's going on or not. I'm giving them a hand. So no more licenses, no more all this garbage. There's so much control in this world. That's all they want is control. They say we have a free country. Really, a free country? Um, I don't think so. It's I don't consider it a free country. I mean, what's free? Everything you do, you need a permit for. You got to pay a license for. You got to jump through hoops. You don't really own anything. You continue to pay tax on everything. Even you buy a house, even if you do pay it off, you're paying taxes every year on the thing, and everything you get. I mean, even the power you're being delivered, and everything. There's tax, and there's tax, and there's tax, and there's tax, and there's permits and permits and permits and permits. If you heat with an oil furnace, uh, in Ontario anyway, you got to go get it inspected every 10 years. So you got to pay an inspector to come out, and he's got to write out these forms, and then you got to pay a ridiculous price for oil to heat your house with. Excuse me, I got a little bit of a cold. So I mean, there is nothing free. And when you step across the traces, and say, well, you know what, something is the government is doing is not right, and you make too many waves, you will get hurt. So I don't know. I'm just gonna maybe continue here a little bit longer, but as I got time, I'm sitting in a parking lot waiting for the wife and one of the boys. So, but yeah, and Chris did a thing on Thunder Bay about the murder capital of Canada, and yes, it is bad here for the amount of people that are here. It has a bad reputation for that. And you don't catch me driving around, or the wife driving around in town with the doors unlocked. You just don't do that. You don't go into certain areas, but especially at night, you don't go into certain areas. And the drugs are a big problem all over the world. In Canada, weed is legal. In Ontario, you can grow 4 plants for your own use or whatever. 4 plants per unit. So I guess every unit can grow 4 plants. I don't know. I don't smoke it, but it's just another rule, another law, another. I didn't even know about marijuana. I didn't even know that you couldn't kill yourself with it. Like I thought maybe you could overdose on it, but apparently not. You can't do that. And people don't want. People want. They seem to be wanting this weed that's tainted with fentanyl or something stronger. So what you're buying on the street, you don't know what the heck you're getting. So I don't know. I say don't buy anything on the street. And now there's so many weed joints all over the place. So many places to buy weed in Thunder Bay here, man. Every corner, it's like a corner store on every corner. You can buy your weed or whatever the heck you want. I don't know if they sell gummies or whatever the heck it is. I've been in one of the stores once, and maybe twice. I was walked in for something, but then again, rules, 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 rules. In Ontario, I can take a child into the liquor store or the beer store, and all the booze is on the counters. And if you grab a quart of whiskey and you drank it straight down, you're dead. You got alcohol poisoning. You're in trouble. And a child can grab that thing on the shelf there, and people can walk and steal it. Inside the weed stores, everything's behind glass. You can't get nothing. It's so, but you can't take a child in there. Like, really? Like I say, rules, rules, control, control. That's what they got in this country, and every country. Every country in the world is the same. And it's divide and conquer. They want us fighting against each other. They allow all these immigrants into Canada right now, just piled in here from India and all over the place, and while they're working, I got nothing against that. Everybody's looking for a better place to go. I got a friend that goes to India all the time. Every winter, he's in India. He loves it there, and the people there are fighting to get out, you know. And some people are trying to go to Mexico. I got friends that are going to Mexico now all the time. And people out there were trying to get out of Mexico. It's just control, and uh, this world is in trouble. Really, I think it's going to happen pretty soon, as it's put in the Bible that the sky will roll up like a scroll and the stars will fall, and it says that people will be taken away, beamed up, dead bodies, everything will be come back to life. So truthfully, I believe that everything that has ever had life, be it a bug, a dog, a cat, a horse, a plant, flowers. I believe anything that has ever had life will have life again in the next place. You know, God doesn't create life just to be gone. There's everything has life. Ants, anything. Like every bug will try to get away from you. Yeah, and so everything is fighting for life, and we are too. We're fighting for life. We all want to go to heaven, but just not today if we're feeling good. Okay, I will shut this off here and upload it, and I apologize to Chris for really questioning his thing, but everybody was questioning, and I'm so glad he came forward, or you came forward, Chris, with information on really what you did. I mean, you have a Lamborghini and another car and stuff, but I don't think you'd be going all the way to Quebec or wherever you're going on a outside motorcycle of some kind from Toronto to Quebec if you did have a lot of money. Like it's money goes down fast. She goes down the tubes really quick. So I'm going to shut this off and upload it, guys.